Hello everyone, welcome to this week's live stream. So a little bit of a summary, if you like, on prospecting. So if you haven't been prospecting for some time, or you've never ever prospected, or you've never ever prospected properly, then you're going to find it hard to get started. And that's normal. We all go through that phase. I know myself, when I launched my emotional mastery coaching business, it was pretty much of a new thing for me to do, like one-on-one calls twice a week. And then my DMO was like all over the pot for a good few months, because I was like getting referrals and I didn't have to prospect for some time, and it was all about getting used to this new way of working. So I've been there many times, okay, where I've had that break. My most recent break was when I launched the emotional mastery coaching, and then getting back into it isn't easy, which is why you've probably seen one of the modules that I say in the beginning: just network with people. Get used to talking to people on Facebook or social media that are like your avatar. Okay, just start talking to people more. Start recognizing Facebook profiles as like your way to say, oh, okay, she just appears or he just appears to be like my avatar, and I'm just going to have a conversation with this person, because this is it, you guys. The first part of any sale, or the reason why anyone buys anything from a human being, especially social media, is if they like them and trust them. Okay, so your first goal is to get to know your people anyway. That is, especially if you're in a service-driven business, which is what everyone, I think anyway. I think there's one person that is not in a service-driven business. They're in an e-commerce business. But everybody else is in a service-driven business, which, what does it mean? It basically means that you're either a coach, you're a MLM team builder, or you do affiliate marketing in a more hands-on way, where you are supporting your affiliate referrals in and you're guiding them through their journey of learning or whatever it is that you do. So it's a human-to-human interaction throughout. Okay, so you gotta make sure you like these people as well, that you are going to bring it, and they're gonna know that as well from their side. So your first part of prospecting is to break the ice, to just get to know them on a personal level. And you're not doing this, oh, I better, intentionally, that I better get their trust. How do I get their trust? You just do it naturally, because that's what we do as humans. We first have guards up, okay? If we don't know the people that we're maybe going into a party with, and they're like, oh, I've never been to this place before, or I've never done this before, an interview, job interview, university, your first day at school or university, college, then you have this guard up, and that's normal. But then when you start networking with people, when you start getting to know them on a personal level as how they are as a human being, do you even like them? Are they somebody you want to be sitting next to? Or is it somebody that you just want to say hi to once in a while and that's it, but you don't really want to spend too much time with them? When you lead with that, then you can always bring in the business later on. But you first got to make sure you like the people as well, that they are somebody that you want to be spending time with. If they're not going to be your friends, or if they're not going to be like your friends, then having a service-driven business like MLM or coaching is going to be hard work for you anyway. So get back into the game. And Facebook's really easy nowadays to start doing that, because there's Facebook stories. Obviously if you've already done your avatar, right, you already know what type of content your avatar would typically post and how often they would typically post. So you can always check their content on their profile, and you'll start a conversation about that. If they've been out on a trip, talk about that trip. If they've got kids, start talking about their kids. Be interested in them. In a conversation, be interested in them. Okay, and then you're going to be building rapport with the people as well. So watch out for keywords that they're using. Watch out for the way they are putting their texts in. Is it like one line, like three words in one line, and then send? Do the same, because people like people that are like them. Okay, and the more adaptable and more flexible you are, the more you'll be able to make friends and influence others. And this is prospecting, is when you have done your profit plan and your vivid vision, so you know what value you've got. Okay, so you know what value you've got, so all you've got to do is connect with the right people. That's it. And then serve them. And part of self-development is to be flexible and adaptable to life in general. That's one thing I realised, is that if I can be more adaptable to life as a mum, as a wife who also has a business to run, that I will be happy. Okay, so adapting is something we humans do, but we don't like to do it always. So do that with your communication, and soon, it might take you a few months, a few weeks to do this, but soon you'll be doing it on automatic. You'll be looking at other person's way of texting, and you'll be texting the same way without even thinking about it, and you'll be watching out for their keywords. Like if they say, "Hey hon, lovely to meet you," or "Thank you for the friend request," then you'll reply the same way as well. Or you probably prefer to use their name if you want to. And if they're doing crosses, like kisses, then you would be doing the same. So that's, get started through that way. And the more you talk to people, just from networking, the more you'll be able to move in to then checking on how they are the next week. And what's going on in their life, what's going on in their posts, what do they do, how can they get even better at what they do. Find a need. This is a key here. You find a need. We don't just pitch. We don't say after 5 messages you send the pitch, or after 3 messages you send the pitch, or after the first hi you send the pitch. You never send the pitch until there's a need. Because why would I buy something if I don't need it? Why would I buy something if I don't even think I need it? You might think I do, but if I don't think I do, then I'm not going to buy it. So you're going to find out where this person's self-awareness is to their own problem, if they do have a problem. There will be people that will complain all day about being overweight, being lethargic, or having no money at the end of the month, or having a crappy job that they hate, but they don't want to do anything about those problems. Do you want to work with somebody like that you can't even get them to the to the start? Then how are they going to get to the finish line, right? So check how desperate they are for the change. Okay, there's many times when you will see problems in people that you can solve because you've got the product, you've got the service. But if they don't know that needs solving, then you can't help them. You might just be able to just get them into a deal or a service, but they won't stay motivated. And most of the time we need motivated people, especially if you're building definitely if you're building an MLM business, because it's building leaders, right? And coaching as well, for sure. There's many times when I've been prospecting and I can so see somebody who needs coaching, but then they haven't got the self-awareness. Then I don't come in. I might get them to do a task to build their self-awareness up, like something like journaling perhaps, but I will not offer a solution until I see their need, because that is a requirement. So what is your requirement? What do your prospects need to show you, or you need to hear, or you need to sense from them through their communication, that they are ready for the change, and then you offer them the solution. Okay, so if you can just focus on these 2 things, they need to know you and they need to trust you. Well, they don't need to not know you, that's not true, no like and trust, but they definitely need to like and trust you. So if they like you, they will like you if you be interested in them, right? Because you've shown flexibility. You're not just talking about yourself, right? You're talking and you're thinking about them. You're interested in them, and we all love people that are interested in us, right? And you trust them, so you trust them, so they trust you because you're reliable. So if you said, so here there was a question that somebody asked me, how do you build trust? So if you say you're gonna do something, you do it. For example, if you said that, hey, I'll send you this article that I found and that will help you in this area, then you send them that article straight away if you can, or whenever you said you will, right? Showing up consistently in your business is also building trust. So many subtle things like that, right? And people do check these things. There's times when I've checked on people's profiles just to see if they're consistent in sharing value, or their pages, depending on where they are more active at. Because if they are not consistent in giving value to their audience, then I don't know if I want to work with them, right? If they show up once every month or every 2, whatever, then that's not my thing. I will not get to them. Okay? Yes, sometimes we are delayed. Sometimes I delay messages, get back to messages on Facebook, But then I apologise for that. I'm being human, and there's only so much I can do in a day. When it comes to messaging, I'll get back to somebody the next week if latest, and I'll just say I'm sorry about that, but I would love to know more about whatever it is that we were talking about. I'll carry on the conversation. And that's it. You just be open and be real, be human. So if you done something wrong, like delayed in a conversation, response, then just apologise. And this is one thing that I found somebody saying is that, Naz, what if I get to them late? They'll be annoyed with me. That's projection. That is assumption that will put in a fear for you to respond to them. Most people are pretty forgiving if you are late in responding to a message, even if it's a day late, even if it's a week late, because we're busy people and we'll never do it intentionally. So make that obvious to them, that you didn't want to tell them that I've got to leave, because then you won't be able to pick up the conversation. But just tell them it's been a busy week with the kids and clients, and but I've remembered I need to get back to you today, so I have done. So be very open and real, be human. People are very forgiving, because the last year I've been really late in my own responses to messages, and people have been very forgiving. And the ones that unfriend, that's fine. They're not your tribe anyway, right? Because then they're not letting you be human at the same time, okay? So those are things to watch out for, okay? Don't project, don't assume that they'll get annoyed, because then it'll build a fear for you to prospect. Just be as if people are amazing. Have this assumption that people will be amazing, okay? Most people are. And if they're not, it's usually their behaviour, and we all can adapt to the behaviour, and we don't need to always connect with other people on a close level. We can always distant people as well. So have that assumption. You're going to close sales, you're going to give value, you're going to just help people as much as you can today, or you're going to make them happy, you're going to make them joyful, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, every day I have a minimal of 2 people, well, the days that I'm prospecting and I'm not coaching, I have 2 to 5 people a day where I help them. I help them with something, not just hi, how are you doing, how's family, how was your day at work, or whatever it is. I help them with something, which might be an advice I give them. It might be a blog post I give them, my own or somebody else's video that I might give them to help them. So I go into a need, I dive in deep to a need that somebody I've already built rapport with, or they've reached out to me, and I help them. So I have to help 2 people at least a day. Okay, 5 is what I can usually do, because to get those 5 you need more conversations, right? So yes, it's holidays. Find your DMO in the holidays. Find the number that you can definitely hit every day, and that might be just 2 people, it might be 1 person, but you're helping, you're giving service, you're giving value to them on a deeper level, and that way it'll give you that motivation to keep on going, because as humans, when we help others, we feel even more better, and that motivates us to do more than the money. Isn't that a big one? More than the money, what motivates us is the value we give to others, because that's our need. It helps us grow. It makes us feel valued, that hey, I can do this, I can make someone feel good, or whatever it is that you do, help them solve something. And so make sure you're doing that, even if it's just a small scale. You're tagging them to a post, perhaps, and you give them a blog post. You're feeling good, and that builds trust. And when they need your service, they'll come to you first. And I've had this many times where people have just come to me because they know I'll be there. They know me. They know I always serve. I don't spend hours and hours on the phone or texting and messaging people that are not my clients yet, but I will be there for them, even if it's just a couple of minutes, to help them out or research a little bit on my expertise that I can help them with. Hello, there was congratulations on your book. Hope you are well. So, yes, there's been a couple of ladies in this group that have had a book launch, so huge congratulations to them for that. Amazing. Again, value that you're giving to the marketplace before you even make the sales. That's what we're going to get to. Yes, we don't spend hours on prospecting and helping. There will be some people that will just try to get the free stuff out of you constantly, but this is what you do. You have this benchmark. Okay, I've helped her once, twice. The 3rd time she needs to get into my program or my service, right? Twice I will give somebody support. 3rd time I'll offer them. naturally I'll offer them. Maybe sometimes even the second time I'll say, hey, if you need help in this area, you need to get into the program so I can help you properly. Okay, there are some people that will just go from freebie to freebie to freebie to freebie, from leader to leader to leader, and that's fine as well. They can do that. Just don't spend too long with them people. Okay, so that was a quickie on prospecting. Okay, and break the ice. Just focus on networking, and then you'll find you will just work your way up from there. I never use scripts. Okay, I go with what the person is saying, where the need is, and then I'll go from there. Scripts rarely ever work, and even though if they ever do work, they are only 7% of what we take in. What works more is our personality, our energy that we pass on to the other person. That even goes through electronically as well, because you're in this intention of I'm going to serve people today, and that gets reflected in your words when you text it as well. So words and scripts, I never do them, although I have just finished reading a book about scripts. Part of it is scripts, but it's just 7% of the communication anyway. The rest is body language and tonality. So when you texting, how are you texting? What posture do you have? What's your intention to serve? Right? And with that intention, you can never go wrong. Your words will just flow out. Hope this was useful, and the more you do it, before I say anything else, the more you prospect, the better you get at it. So do more. The better you'll get at it, and it'll become something you literally enjoy. And if you stop doing it, it's going to be, yes, a little bit hard to get back into it, but this is what you're going to do. Network. Just get used to talking to people again. And then you'll gradually, as long as you talk to the right people, like in terms of avatar, you're not talking to somebody who's completely not your avatar. Talk to your avatar who look like your client, and then go and serve them. Hope this was useful, and enjoy your day. Anything you can message me for in terms of business, your profit plan, or your vivid vision, I'd be happy to go through that. Anything you want, any guidance around prospecting, message me. I will be happy to guide you through that.